Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson, the #1 educator in the asset recovery business. Today, I have a great video in store. I am going to discuss the different routes that you can actually pursue for filing a claim, and I'm going to tell you the exact necessary documents that you need so that you can submit and have a successful claim. Before we get started, guys, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys know I'm coming out with content for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. This is very important to understand that not every county is going to be the same. Not every state's going to be the same. And even when you're working in that county and state, your claim is going to be different based upon the route that you're actually going to pursue the claim. So what I'm going to go over today is actually a claim checklist. Okay, this claim checklist is provided in the course. It is something that can guide you. You can literally go through and check off all the documents that are necessary and make sure that you are providing the correct documents to the county or trustee so that you can have a successful claim. So first, when we're submitting a claim, we have to understand what the county actually requires. So each county, they're going to have their own claim instructions. Ideally, this is going to be on the county's website. Now, disclaimer, not every county is going to be nice enough to give you this information. Not every county is going to be nice enough to give you a claim form, okay? If we're talking about tax overages, most counties will have that information. If we're talking about mortgage foreclosures, this is a civil suit. Typically use an attorney to file a motion. Sometimes they do actually have claim forms. It's going to be different. All right. So your job is to reach out to the county. First, you can go online and see if they have that information. Next, you can contact the county and ask them, okay, what are the requirements? How are they also accepting claims? Do they accept originals? Do they accept it via email, via fax? How do they accept it? If it is filing for a motion on the civil side, do we actually have to appear in person to a hearing? These are all questions that you want to ask and make sure that you have the information when you're moving forward. So we're going to start with the first route, very standard route, meaning that you're working with the previous owner, clear cut. First thing we're going to do, check off that we verified how the county accepts the claim. You will see if they require the originals or if they can accept it via email or fax. Do they have a claim form and do they have instruction? Next one, signed agreement form between your company and the client. Okay, the agreement form is in the course as well. Next is going to be proof of identification, driver's license, passport, state ID, limited power of attorney between your company and that client. That limited power of attorney is going to specify that it's in regards, limited specifically to this claim. Things like following up on the claim, signing on behalf of the client, receiving payment, things like that. That's going to be in that LPOA. Next one is going to be the response funds payable. This is the document that is directing the county to make the check payable to your firm, to your company. We have the county's actual claim form. We have the deed document showing that the client that you have under contract is the previous owner. Does the county require a W-9? Okay, so this is a question that you do have to find out. Some counties do require the W-9. Some counties don't. There is no clear-cut answer on if you do pay taxes on surplus funds or not. It is not earned income and it is not like an inheritance or anything like that. So there's really no clear definitive way. It's always best that you keep track of all your payments, of course. Your company isn't going to be paying taxes on disbursements to the client for their proceeds. But the client, for them, just let them be aware, you know, that's going to be dependent upon the IRS. If they do end up sending you a form to pay that, be prepared for that. Okay, like I said, there's no clear-cut answer out there. I've spoken to many attorneys, tax professionals. This is such a unique business, it's not really clear. Next one is, does the county require a letter or a notice of surplus funds? Okay, notice of excess proceeds, overbid. If they do, typically you can go to the county and retrieve that document. Then we have the cover letter, all right? Our cover letter is gonna say who your company is, who you're representing, what the attached documents are, and then you're gonna give contact information just in case any claims need an update. The next one is for a deceased individual. Okay, we're working with an estate. First one, verify how the county accepts claims. Originals, fax, email. Do they have a claim form? Do they have a section that tells us, okay, if you're working with heirs, this is necessary? First thing you want to ask, am I using an attorney? Ideally, we want to use an attorney because they're going to make our job a lot easier, especially dealing with deceased cases. If we are using an attorney, we're going to have our signed agreement form between the client and our company. We're also going to have a signed service agreement between the attorney and the client. We're going to have an escrow agreement between the attorney, your company, company and the client so that they can receive payment and then disperse accordingly. We're going to have a few options. Do we need a probate? Can we get away with a summary admin? Can we get away with affidavit of heirship? So these are all questions that you can ask the county, and they might even have that information available online. Next one is death certificate. Ideally, you're going to need that death certificate. You want to ask, did they have a will, a trust, some sort of document, final testament? We're going to have the county's claim form. Of course, another claim form, we have to submit it. Once again, do they require the W-9? Do they require the notice of surplus letter? We're going to need the deed document showing that that deceased individual was the previous owner. If you are using an attorney, you do not need the LPOA. If you are not using an attorney, then get the LPOA, limited power of attorney. Response funds payable if you're not using an attorney. Cover letter if you're not using an attorney. If you're using an attorney, they're going to supply their own cover letter. The next one is if we're submitting a claim for a company. First things first, verify how the county accepts claims. Originals, email, fax. Do they have a claim form? Next, we're gonna need the company's articles of organization. All right, something that shows that whoever is signing on behalf of the company is legally entitled to do so. We're gonna need our signed agreement form. We're gonna use the county's claim form. We need the LPOA from company to company. There's a different power of attorney for a company that's in the course. It's different than an actual individual's LPOA. Response funds payable, that's gonna be directing the county to make the check payable to your company. Do they require the W-9? Once again, proof of identification of the individual signing on behalf of the company, a deed document showing that the company was the previous owner, and then also a cover letter. If we're using an attorney, any cases, quick checklist, you just need an agreement form between yourself and the client, proof of identification, signed attorney service agreement, attorney's affidavit of the claim. All right, if they're going to be filing a motion, they might have their own form or the county's claim form, and then an escrow agreement. Checklist if you're doing assignment of interest, meaning that the client has assigned all interest to yourself. This is an easy way to make sure that your check gets sent to your company. No disputes, it's now your claim. First thing, we want to verify how the county accepts claims. Once again, original, email, fax. Do they have a claim form? Agreement form, proof of identification of yourself and the previous owner. Assignment of interest, okay? Make sure that you have that assignment of interest notarized. County's claim form filled out by you because now that's your claim. So it's gonna be your company's name in parentheses via assignment from client's name. So it'll be, for example, Prestige Family Assets Group in parentheses via assignment from John Smith. Deed document showing that the previous owner was the previous owner. Does the county require a W-9? And does the county require notice of surplus funds letter? So this checklist is in the course. Hopefully this video can give you more insight on what documents are really necessary. Yes, there's a good amount of documents, but you have to think about it, guys. This is a legal claim. It's not difficult. We just have to supply of enough proper information so that we can have a successful payout. All right, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like. If you haven't gotten the course yet, guys, go ahead and get the course, get educated, learn how to do this business the proper way. I'm looking forward to helping you guys out.